Good morning, students. Today we are going to do the poem, and its name is An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum. This poem is written by Stephen Spender, who is not only known as socialist but also a pacifist. The theme of the poem is about social injustice and class inequalities. Now let us go through the poem. Far, far from gusty waves, these children's faces like rootless weeds, the hair torn round their pallor. Now, this means the poet is talking about the children who are sitting there. They are slum children. Far, far from gusty waves. Gusty waves refers to the nature, to the beauty of the nature. And these children's life is far, far away from the nature. These children faces like rootless weeds. Their faces are pale and like rootless weeds, the hair torn round their pallor. Pallor refers to the pale faces and their unkempt hair are falling on their pale faces. The tall girl with her weighed down head. Now, a tall girl is sitting in the class with her weighed down head. Why she's having weighed down head? Because of the miseries of life, because of the poverty, and because of that burden, her head is weighed down. The paper-seeming boy with rat's eyes. There's a boy who is like paper. Paper refers to thinness. So he is as thin as paper because of the malnutrition. With rat's eyes. Now eyes are inquisitive eyes. He has inquisitive eyes like that of a rat who is always in search of shelter and food. The stunted, unlucky heir of twisted bones reciting a father's gnarled disease. Now, there is a boy in the class who has a stunted growth. And the author, the poet, also calls him unlucky heir. Why he is unlucky? Because usually the children inherit, wealth and property from their parents. But this child has inherited sickness. That's why his bones are twisted. He has inherited disease from his father. So he is as sick as his father. His lesson from his desk. So he is reciting his lesson. At back of the dim class, one unnoted, sweet and young, his eyes lives in a dream of squirrels came in the tree room other than this. So the poet says, at the back of the dim class, there is also a sweet young boy sitting, and he is different from others. Why? Because his eyes live in a dream, which means he dreams of a beautiful, future, bright future. Then when he looks outside, he sees of squirrels game in the tree room other than this. So basically he sees the squirrel, having fun time around its tree house, having, fun and frolic. So basically he dreams of a future, bright future, which would be full of fun. Next paragraph. On sour cream walls donations. So the poet says that the walls of this classroom is of sour cream color, and that too is also done with the help of the donations. People usually donate. Shakespeare had cloudless and torn, civilized dome writing all cities, ballad, flowery, tireless valley. Open-handed map. Now the poet tells that the pictures of all this is there in the classroom. Open-handed map. There is also a open-handed map in the class. Awarding the world its world. Basically, that map is showing the world full of seas, oceans, natural beauty. And yet for these children, these windows not just map their world. The poet says that the children who are sitting in the slum school, the world does not belong to them. Which world? The world which is shown in the map. The world of beauty. The world of, all the things. Why? Because their world is confined to the world of slum. Their life is confined to the slum area, where all their futures painted with the fog. The poet says that the future of these children is not bright. It is foggy. It is painted with a fog. Means it is not bright. A narrow street sealed in with the lead sky, far, far from rivers, capes and star of words. So the poet says the life of these children is far, far away from the natural beauty of the world. Surely, Shakespeare is wicked, the map a bad example. Now, usually it is asked in the poets also, why Shakespeare is wicked or why map is a bad example for them. So here, as we all know, that Shakespeare was a great literary figure. He never wrote about the people of the slum. So, and the education in this school is minimal. It is for namesake. That's why Shakespeare is a wicked example for them. The map a bad example because map shows the beautiful world. The world of all the things, of the rich and great people. But the map is a bad example for them because their world is confined to the walls of the slum. With ships and sun and love tempting them to steal. And these, map, the things which are shown in the map, they tempt them to steal. That means they will adopt wrong methods to get that world, the world beautiful, the beautiful world, which is shown. For livelies that slyly turn in their cramped holes. Now, the future or the life of these children is, into the cramped holes. Slyly turn into the cramped holes. They live in small, small houses. So, their life is like that. From fog to endless night. Here, from fog to endless night means from early morning till late night. The children try to live their life. They make desperate attempt to live their life. Their life is so bad. On their slag heap, these children wear skins peeped through by bones and spectacles of steel. Their life is on the slag heap of, materials. And wear skins. Wear skins means they are so undernourished, they are so thin that their bones can be, peeped through their skin. They hardly have any skin on their body. So we can easily see their bones. They are so malnourished and they are so undernourished. And spectacles of steel with mended glass. So they, whatever things we throw, which is not useful to us, they use those things. And that's why it's written spectacles of steel with mended glass. Like bottle bits on stone. Now here the poet says that their life is shattered like, stones. If we throw a bottle on the stone, what will happen to it? It will turn into pieces. Similarly, the lives of these, slum children is also shattered like that. All of their time and space are foggy slum, so blot their maps with slums as big as two. So their life, that time and space, it is mostly confined to the foggy slum. So blot their maps with slum as big as two. It is, like death captures anyone. Similarly, those, slum area has captured these slum children. Unless governor, inspector, visitor. This map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs. Now, what happens? Usually we see that, in such schools, in some schools, when some governor, inspector, or visitor comes to visit those schools, then they spring up. Then they come into spring, they are given everything. So, the life of these slum children spring when some visitor comes to the, that school to do something for them. This map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs. This map just is window for them. This map is not the world of these slum children. Through this window, they can see the world that is outside. And this shut upon their lives like catacombs. Now, basically, catacombs are the cemeteries under which, dead bodies are buried. So, here also, there are shut in the slum area. Break, oh break open till they break the town. Now, the poet wishes for them. Break, oh break means that one day they will come, that they will break the chains of these slum. He wants that, such things should be done and show the children green fields. Show green fields mean they should also enjoy their life in the lap of the nature and make their world run azure on gold sands. That they should enjoy, they should also bask in the beauty of the sun on the gold sands, and let their tongues run naked into books. Let their tongues run naked into books means they should be exposed to the world of education. The white and green leaves open. Green also refers to the natural beauty, because history theirs whose language is the sun. Sun gives us light, and here language is the sun means, the light of the education. History theirs whose language is the sun. The poet says that only educated can transform the history. They can create history. And it is the education alone which can change the life of these children. Now, I will tell you about the poem once more so that you can understand it. The poet tells us about the children who are studying in the slum school. They have pale faces, they are undernourished, and their unkempt hairs are falling on their pale faces. There is a tall girl who is sitting down with her head down because of the burden of the poverty. There is a paper-seeming boy who is undernourished and has inquisitive eyes like that of a rat. There is a boy who is reciting his father's disease, which means he has inherited disease and despair from his father. And there is a sweet young boy who is sitting in the class and who dreams of a bright future. Then the walls of the school, they are sour cream in color, and they are done with the help of the donation. There is a picture of Shakespeare head, tireless valley, buried flower, all about the nature which is not for them. There is an open-handed map. The poet says that this map belongs to the world of the rich and beautiful people, and the map is not the world of these slum children. Their world is confined to the slum, and they are far, far away from the beauty of the nature. Then there's a picture of, I told you, Shakespeare and a map, and the poet says both these are wicked and a bad example for them. Why? Because Shakespeare was a great literary figure and map is the world of beautiful and rich people. And if they want to go to that world, they may adopt wrong methods. The poet says that from foggy morning to endless night, these children attempt to live their life and they are so undernourished that their bones can be peeped through the skin. The poet says that the slum area is only their life which has captured them. And the poet says, unless some governor, inspector, visitor, because usually we see when they come, the school comes into spring. So he wants that some such people should come so that, these children whose lives are shut in the slums like catacombs, a day comes when they will break the chains of the slum and, they will come out, they will enjoy the beauty of the nature, bask in the sunlight, and they should be exposed to the world of books. That means they should be given education, run naked into books, because history can be created or the world can be transformed by the educated people only. So he wants that the sun means light of education should be imparted to them so that there can be total transformation of the lives of the slum children. So I hope you have understood the poem, and next I have given some questions. You can go through the poem and you can just do these questions because these are very important. They cover the whole poem. So all the best.